Alright, so next what I'm going to do is basically create a script that's going to more or less control the player actions. I'm just going to call it player health script. It's probably not the best name for it, but that's just what I'm going to call it. So I'm going to create JavaScript, and we're going to call it the player health script. Boom. And I'm going to wait for it to get its thing going on. Okay, I'm going to drop it on top of first person controller, and I'm going to open it up. Boop. All right, and we'll make it big, and here we go. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and do this now, even though it's not necessary. I'm going to go to import unity engine.ui, and basically what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to interact with UI elements later on. I don't need to do that yet, but let's just go ahead and put that in there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add a variable called health for obvious reasons. I'm going to make it a float, and I'm going to set the default equal to 100 because that's typically what you see health is, whatever. So I'm going to do another variable, and we're going to call this damage amount. Actually, what's this? I'm going to call it DMG AMT and then MLT. So damage amount multiplier. Basically, it's just going to allow me to make an adjustment so that if it doesn't feel like it's hitting enough, I can add that to it. Okay. And then we'll do a variable called dead, and that will be a Boolean. And that's obviously going to be false because we're not dead yet, but we might be later on. I'm going to do another variable called health pickup. Pickup. And that is going to be, health pickup amount, AMT. And that's going to be a float. And we will set that equal to 25, so a quarter, basically. And then I'm going to do some more variables for the egg count. And that will be an int. And we're going to set that initially equal to 5. So that's basically the ammo. Because basically the way it's going to work is this, so that we shoot eggs, but we get the eggs from killing the things as well, and every time you kill one you get 5 eggs. Okay, so variable, we'll do egg pickup amount, and we'll set that equal to 5. Okay, so the one is what the default is, and the other one is the other stuff. I am also okay, so we're going to go ahead and make some custom functions. This is all going to be custom ones. So we're going to do a function, and it's going to be called take damage. All right, and the idea is that if we get hit, that's what's going to do. And the amount that we get hit is going to be damage. And it's going to be of a type float. All right, and here we go. So we're going to say now, if our health, right, if it's greater than 0, it's going to allow us to take damage, because if it's less than 0, we obviously can't take any more damage than we already have. So what I'm going to do first is just do a yield wait for seconds, and we'll just wait 2 seconds. The reason being is I just want it to give a pause in a sense, so that it gives us time to work with that. So I'm gonna do we're gonna make the damage is gonna be equal to damage, whatever the current damage is that gets sent to us, times times the DMG amount mult. So basically times the damage and multiplier. So if I decide like I want them to hurt more or less, I can decide that amount. And then health is going to be equal to health minus the damage, right? Makes sense? So depending on how much damage there is how much health we have. So obviously if you get hit a certain amount, it's going to change that value. And then at the end, I'm just going to go ahead and do another yield. Yeah, affected spell, yield, wait for seconds. And we will wait, we'll say 2 seconds more. Okay, so it's just to give us pause. Good. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to say if the health is equal to, oops, I think I put an extra ding dong ding in there, equal to 0, or, so 2 of these means or, two ands or ampersands mean and, but in this case it's this, or the health is less than 0. Okay, so I have to put or because, like, let's say I have 10 and the damage is like 20. Like, obviously it'd be minus 20. Well, that's not equal to 20. So that would be, that's not equal to 0. So that wouldn't work. Okay. So we're saying if that or that, then it's going to go ahead and do end game. Okay. So, and that's going to be a function that I'm going to make later on. Oops. All right. Delete end game. All right. Fantabulous. And that will be it. So, that looks good. I'm going to make another function. And this one is going to add health. Okay. Add health. And we're going to say if, oops, let's go more, if the health is less than 100, because obviously I can't add health to or 001 because I'm good at doing this. Obviously you can't add health to, you're already at 100%, you're not going to add more. We will go ahead and add the health. So we'll say that health, oops, health is equal to health plus the health pick up oops, I think I caps locked there. There we go. Pick up amount. And then we'll do health. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's just going to add the health to that amount. Okay, so there we go. And I'm just going to save this. And we will see where... Oh, okay. So I got add health. And basically what that's going to do is add the health, right? So... Alright, so now I am going to make a function that will, basically, it will add eggs. So what we're going to do, which is basically add ammo, but I'm just going to call it add eggs. Alright. And what this is going to do is we're going to do egg count. It's going to be equal to egg count plus egg pick up amount. Okay, so basically the idea is that originally we're starting out with 5. I'm going to start out with 5 shots, and we're going to say that the egg count is going to be equal to the current egg count, which will be 5, but it might be less depending on. And then the amount. So every time we pick up an egg, we will get 5 eggs for that. Okay, so which is what I set up here. So, which I actually did this wrong. So this should have been int and then equals 5. So that was bad by me. So that's function add eggs. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save that, and then I'm going to do another function that's basically going to remove eggs. So we'll do remove eggs. Okay. Oops, not that. And I will do egg count minus minus. Now the reason why it's minus minus is that basically this is for shooting eggs. So every time we shoot an egg, it's going to remove one. Okay. And good. So okay, so we'll save that. Control S. And there we go. So the other thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to make another function, and it's going to be an on trigger enter, and obviously it's going to be an other, and that's what it's going to be. Collider, and we're going to say basically, in this one, I'm going to say if the other dot tag is equal to egg pickup, because they're going to have it so you can pick up eggs, then it's going to run this bit of code, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to run the add eggs code. And then after that, I just want to go ahead and destroy the thing we run into, which in this case obviously would be other game object, which in this case would actually be the egg itself. Okay. And I'm actually going to make another one of these, and it's going to be if other dot tag is I'm going to say health pickup. Oops, we should do health pickup. We're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and do tab. We're going to do, what is it called? Add health. Add health. The function. Right? Yep. And then we're also going to go ahead and I'm just going to copy and paste this. We're going to destroy the object after we pick it up, because I don't want to be able to keep picking it up. That would be cheap. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to have a function that's just going to be called function, and it's just going to be called end game, and basically that's going to be the end game. Okay. And we will leave that like that for now. I'm just going to go ahead and save that and go into Unity and see if there's errors. Okay, so it says only 24, and yeah, I didn't do that, so can't complain about that. Control save, or Control S to save, and voila. All right. Now, the thing is, like, I made all these functions and things, but nothing is calling these or making any of these happen. So I need to, like, basically create things that are going to make that happen. All right. So, like the function take damage, and the function add health, and add eggs, and so on and so forth. Okay. So, we have this on trigger enter. So I'm going to go ahead, and I am on the first person controller here. I'm going to go ahead and add the script. So where are you? Player health script. We'll put it right on first person controller. Good. So now basically this does have a collision, right? Let's see, collider, and it is a trigger. Good. Okay, good. So we're all set on that. So basically, if it runs into something that's called this or is called that, so I'm going to go and I'm going to double click on this, and we'll see the health here. Beauteous. And I'm going to drag this down. I'm going to go ahead and, oops, not that. I'm going to go ahead and add a tag to this, and we're going to call it, I don't have something for it, so I'm going to go to add tag. I'm going to call it health pickup. Click on this. I'm going to call it health pickup. Oops, that's not quite right. Needs a K in there. Health pickup. Beauteous. Okay. And I'm going to click back on it again, because it doesn't actually, believe it or not, add. It just makes the thing. It doesn't actually add it. There it goes. I'm going to add some components. I'm going to add a physics 2D, or physics rigid body, and add component. Physics. We will add a box collider, which is weirdly down there. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this. Pull this up here. Pull this up here. 100% sure why that's acting like that. Where are you? So, boom. Edit collider.